This video is very close to my heart because I'm going to talk about something that I feel very connected to. This video is about manifestation, and last time I did it, it was one of, if you'll go back in my channel, like 5 or 6 videos, you'll find this video there. I made this video and people loved it so much, and there were some really authentic, very nice, relevant questions that I thought that I should pick up in this video right in the beginning of 2025, because if you need something, if you want something desperately in your life, now is the time to begin working at it. And apart from all the physical steps that you need to take, there are a few emotional steps that are also involved. The right mindset, the right kind of approach that is going to actually walk hand in hand with all your physical efforts to getting there where you want to be. So this is what this video is about. I'm going to be talking about 2 things in this video. First is going to be my action plan, how you can actually attack this concept of manifestation and make it work for you. What could be those 2 or 3, 4, 5 things that you could do? Apart from that, I'm going to be taking up some very relevant queries that I got asked in my previous video on manifestation. I did not know while recording that video that I was doing such an important job, and it will touch so many people, and lakhs of people are gonna love it so much. I don't have words to express my gratitude to you. I'm really touched, and I did not know that I was helping. For me, it was, of course, a very important video, and I cannot go on and on talking about it because then it would be too much. But yes, I've picked some very good questions from the comment section of the previous video, and they're going to be screenshots of those questions, and I'm going to be answering with all honesty. However, I would have done things if I were you. I'm going to be answering from that perspective. Manifestation, this has been something that I've been doing since my early childhood, and back then, of course, I did not know a name, that it had a name. I did not know that it is called manifestation, but I was manifesting, and a lot of things that seemed really impossible around then actually came true. The steps were very easy. It actually feels right if you call it The Secret. So there's this book by the name The Secret on this topic, which is a world bestseller, global sensation, and they call this concept The Secret. And it's actually a secret, because if you learn it and if you start applying it in your life, you will see some very difficult things turning in your favor. It's brilliant. So needless to say, I am a believer of manifestation, have been doing it, and since I've been doing it for decades now, I can assure you that I know how it works, and I am a good person to learn this from. But of course, if you're interested in the topic, you're free to search the internet and find out more things on this, and probably there may be a few other people who could help you. So it's good to do your research again. So this video is about making you reach those few things that you desperately want in your life because they are very good for you. It could be a person, it could be certain level in your career, it could be a degree, it could be doing something for your parents, for your family, it could be maybe building a presence online. Whatever is important to you. I am not judging any of that. Anything can be important to you, and you're free to decide and free to wish whatever you want to, because this is your life and you know what makes you happy. Nobody else does, right? You don't know what makes me happy, and I don't know what can make you happy. So whatever your dreams are, they are very valid, and you do not need to ask for anybody else's validation on it. If you have it, it's yours, and it's your duty and your responsibility to make it work for you. What we need to understand here is that whatever we want is already there. It's present. All we need is to know a path to reach to that place, to that thing that we want in our lives. Another thing is that it would be highly dishonest of me to say that I know how it works. See, I know the to-do part. I know what to do. But I don't know the science behind it, because it would be very dishonest to claim anything that I know exactly how this works. I don't know, but it somehow works. And I really hope it continues that way. It continues. Really hope so. So I'll tell you what I do. Now, this is my action plan. If I were you, this is how I would manifest something in my life. And before I actually start, there is one more thing I want you to know. So why do I trust this thing? Why do I trust manifestation so much? I can give you a few examples, okay? First, I happen to have this dream as a little kid always that I wanted people to know my name. I know it's a strange thing to dream about, but this is something that I felt a little like whenever somebody would ask me my name, strange, please don't judge me, but I'm just being honest with you. Anybody would ask me my name, I would think in my heart that there will be a day when I will not have to tell my name and people would know my name. This used to be one of the biggest dreams, the biggest aspirations of my life. I really wanted it. And I'm not saying that I'm already there. I know still a lot of people don't know me, don't know my name, but I still feel awesome about it. I know that there is a small chunk of population that knows my name, and that is enough for me. I'm very happy about it. Okay, another thing that I think I accomplished out of manifestation was the person I'm married to. I don't want him to hear this. But yeah, it was highly difficult. My family did not believe at all. And it took me 5 or 6 years of struggle to make this happen. But it happened. I really loved him. I really liked him. And I really wanted to marry him. And the difficult thing is that sometimes, you really click with somebody. Somebody just instantly clicks with you. And you feel that if you don't get to be with this person and you get to be with somebody else in your life, you would never be able to be that satisfied with anyone else. You would always feel that this person doesn't understand me, or I could have done better, or I think he's not fit for me. These are the kind of things that I was very scared of feeling, because life partner is a very big decision. And I know you don't get to choose your family, and life partner is the only person you get to choose in your family. Rest of everybody, like your sisters, your siblings, your parents and your grandparents, everybody is selected by somebody else, your almighty. But this is one decision that you make for yourself. And it's very important to be with the right kind of person. And I know myself the way you know yourself. A lot of us know, and some people don't know about themselves enough, and we are still in the process of figuring out. But a lot of us know who we are. And I knew this about myself, that if I end up being with the wrong kind of person, I will not be able to stay with that person. And I don't even want to say it. It's such a scary thought for me. So it was very important to end up with the right guy in my life. And that is why when this guy clicked with me, I really wanted this to work out. And long story short, it seemed almost impossible for 4 years. And then it happened suddenly. I'm married to him for 4 years now. So yes, long struggle, and we're doing fine. Okay, I don't want to get into the details of it, because whenever I talk about him online, मुझे ऐसा लगता है मेरा उससे झगड़ा हो जाता है. So I'm a little superstitious. Of course, ma'am, you're making video on manifestation. Of course, you're superstitious. I'm not. I'm just a believer, and you're free to believe in whatever you want in your life. I believe in this works for me, and I know it will work for me. So yes, and I'm just sharing my secret with you. So this was another thing. Apart from that, my CA degree, I'm a CA. Most people don't know that because I don't pursue that profession anymore. But yes, it happens to be one of the toughest degrees to crack in India, and I happened to make it at a very early age. I was barely in my early 20s when I cracked it, and it was a big thing in my family because nobody in my entire father's side, my mother's side, nobody was a CA. So this was me trying something out of the way, and nobody really believed that I would be able to do it. Of course, there was a lot of hard work, but there were a lot of prayers. And I don't know how prayers work, but sometimes they do. I'm just teaching you the right way of doing it. Okay, so now I'm going to get to the part where I'm going to talk about the action plan, that is what to do. I have my laptop right here. I have all the questions that I want to discuss with you. Everything is right here. So let's start from the action plan part. How do you manifest? I can tell you how I manifest, and you could have your own style. You can develop your own ways of doing it. My style is very simple. I write in my diary. So there are two things I do. First is to believe mentally, okay? To psychologically allow yourself to feel the presence of the thing that you want in your life. What I would do is that if I'm walking on the treadmill, I would just, shut my eyes for a minute and imagine that I am not walking on the treadmill. I'm walking on a ramp, and there is a stadium filled with people who are cheering for me. whenever I would see this is connected to my career goals. I like being cheered for. Oh, I do. And it's just a very simple thing. A lot of people do that. Just that a lot of people will not tell you that, but people do that. We like being famous. We like being popular. I wasn't a very popular kid in my school, but yes, career wise, I feel I want to do much more um, beyond this point. To wherever I am, I want to do much more. I really hope I get to do it. So yes, that is how I would close my eyes and imagine all these things happening for me. If I were to manifest a great house for myself next to a beach, I would just close my eyes and think that I'm actually in that house right now. And for a second, a very brief second, my mind would just believe it, because mind is mind. You can make it believe whatever you want to. There are tactics to convince yourself, right? So for a fraction of a second, I could actually feel that there are curtains blowing in my face. There's wind coming from the sea against the ocean. I'm sitting there on the beach, and I could imagine those things. And this is how you psychologically make glimpses of that thing that you want in your life in your head, and you feel good about it for a fraction of a second, and you just move on with your day. And that's what you can do, right? Apart from that, what you can do is you can have diaries. I've shown you my diaries a lot of times. I usually have a lot of diaries in my bag. These are just two. Believe me, I have at least 4 or 5 other diaries which are not here. They are there at the back. This is my library. I've got books here. There are diaries there. So I would just write something in my diary, and there was one diary is there. I'm not going to move my camera. It's such a hassle. Okay. So I would write things in my diary in present tense, and I would say, thank you, God, for this. And thank you for sending me love. Thank you for making me marry the guy I wanted to. Thank you, my parents are happy. So I would be very grateful. So gratitude forms an extremely important part of manifestation. Unless you are grateful for what God has already given you, you cannot expect more. And by manifestation, what we are doing is we are expecting more, and we are opening doors to those great things to come to us. We are opening the doors and making place for them in our heart, in our life. So unless you're grateful for what you already have, unless you're grateful for your health, your family, your career, your money, your house, everything, unless you're grateful for that, your friends, you cannot expect better friends. You cannot expect better career, you better house. First, tell God that you're already noticing and observing what He's done for you, or she's done for you. You get it, right? So gratitude is extremely important. In my diary, what I would do is this is what you've got to do, okay? Have a diary. Just buy a new notebook for yourself and start writing gratitude every day, okay? You call them affirmations. You write something that you want in your future in the present tense. So if I want a house on the beach, how I would affirm it is, thank you, God, for my beautiful house on the beach. And you could give more details, like you could tell the name of the beach where you want your house, or by when you want it. Like, see, timing of your life is not really in your control, of course. Things won't always happen when you want them to happen. I wanted to marry much before I actually got married. It took me 4.5 years to reach there. And had it been in my control, I would have done it in probably 1-2 years. But I had to wait an extra period of 100%, 2 extra years. So you just don't know when things are going to happen for you. But what you can do, you must do. If you can start writing gratitude, because gratitude brings you a lot of positive energy. There's so much going on in the world. It's so easy to make comparisons with people and things, good things that are happening in other people's lives. And it's very easy to feel miserable about your own life. It's very easy to feel down when you see your cousins flourishing, your friends flourishing, people getting married and having kids, and you've not found the guy or the girl that you would want to build your life with. it's very easy to feel that you're lagging behind. But actually, if you are keeping yourself happy by being grateful for what you have and manifesting the right things, by being hopeful and agreeing to letting those things in your life, you're actually doing enough and your life will change. How is it possible that you do everything and nothing changes in 4-5 years? How is it even possible? Can you believe it? In the last 5 years, just pause this video in the last 5 years and think about the things that happened for you. There are a lot of things that must have happened in your life. There would be a few negative ones, and I'm sure there are a few that are highly positive that happened to you. So on a daily basis, life may feel like nothing is changing, but on a yearly basis, a lot of things are changing. When you look back, you see a lot of things have changed, despite the fact that every day the life looks the same. Not much is happening. And it's true for everybody. So action plan is simple. First, you have to buy a notebook and start writing your affirmations in present tense for all the future things that you want in your life. And at the same time, you have to thank God for actually the things that you have. Okay, whatever you may call him. You call him God, you call him universe, you call it Almighty, you call it to whosoever it may concern, your wish. Okay, anybody. Just say a thank you. Just if you don't feel like calling a name, just say thank you. Thank you, I have this. Thank you, I have this. Thank you for giving me flawless skin. Thank you for beautiful clothes that I own. Thank you for my beautiful smile. I got 3 compliments today. Something like that. Okay. This is point number 1. Another thing that I do want to address, very important, is that people asked me in my previous video, and there were several comments saying that, ma'am, when do you manifest? What is the right time to manifest? There is no right time to manifest. You cannot decide that at 4:45 every day, I'm going to sit and manifest. No. Manifesting has a lot to do with believing. When you manifest, you believe that that thing is possible for you. If I manifested marrying somebody, I believed that this guy is gonna marry me one day. And belief is 24/7. You don't sit and you believe, okay? The actual physical thing of offering prayers can happen at a time, but believing has to happen all the time. The moment you get a negative thought in your head, you have to remind yourself. Reminders form a very important part of manifestation, because that negative side of yours is going to continue speaking to you. It's not going to shut up. There is going to be those negative thoughts that you call anxiety. That anxiety is going to creep in sometimes. Not that you're going to get free from it. But when you start manifesting, your mind is more in your control. You're more positive. You have the release of right kind of hormones in your body, because you're feeling positive, you're taking the right actions. It's a dominoes effect kind of a thing. Since your mind is in the right place, you're not spending too much time worrying. Now you have a little extra time on your hands, so you start going to the gym or you start working out at your home. Since you're working out, you're feeling more energized and you feel that you're doing something nice with your life. The right kind of hormones are releasing. Now the right kind of hormones are going to make you push into doing the hard things that you've been avoiding for some time. Things that you feel are very good for you, but you've not been able to do. You start doing those things. Now, when you start doing those things, you meet some new people. And those new people, somebody could be a great friend. And that person can become your support system. You don't know. There are thousands of possibilities in this world. So many things can happen for you. Think of it this way. Not that I'm very materialistic, I'm not. But this is just a very easy example to give. And that is why I'm giving you this example. Imagine, this is what, 2025? In the next 5 years, there is going to be at least one new millionaire, right? There is going to be somebody on this planet who is extremely downtrodden right now and does not have money at all, and this person is going to be a millionaire. One person, right? There is going to be that one person in the next 5-6 years, right? Why is it that that person cannot be you? Why have you decided that for yourself, that that person cannot be me? If that person is somewhere, it could be you. If that person can, you too can. So that is the thing here. Everything is possible. And one more thing that I think I have not spoken about yet is clarity of thoughts. It's very important to talk to yourself. Sometimes just sit in a room alone and talk to yourself on what are the things that you actually want happening for you. What are those things that you really want in your life? A little more clarity will really help you manifest better. Okay? Believing, writing it down, clarity. Three things. Three things if you can do over and over again. Okay? And by believing, what I really mean is that you have to actually allow yourself to feel that this thing is possible for you. If you feel something is impossible for you, talk about it with somebody who can give you more clarity. Because if you in your heart believe it's impossible, I feel manifesting it is very difficult, because every time you manifest, you might feel that, oh, I'm lying to myself. And initially manifesting might actually feel like you're lying to yourself. But छोड़ दो बस उसको अपने हाल पे ऐसे. I'm manifesting something that seems very difficult right now. मैंने उसको छोड़ दिया. मैंने उसको universe पे छोड़ दिया. I leave it to universe. Universe is going to take care of it. I want it, I told it. And if it can be received by so many other people, why can't I receive it? Why can it not happen for me? Simple. That is the thought process that I have. If I want something, there's something really desperate. Not desperate is not the right word, but yeah, there is something that I want in my life right now that I do not have. And I'm telling you that if it is something, and it is something that a lot of people have, then why can't I have it? That is what I keep telling myself when I manifest it. And whenever I manifest, I feel that there is a higher power, higher authority, higher power that's taking care of it for me. Now I don't have to worry because somebody else is doing it for me. Somebody else is worrying for me. That is my thought process when I manifest something in my life. Now, we are going to take up a few questions. Okay, the first question is by Marilyn. Okay, this is the question. I'm going to show you the screenshots. The most enduring topic finally addressed by a no-nonsense content creator. Thank you so much. How do you maintain them? Okay, those historic journals, how do you maintain them from others reading them, or how do you dispose them off smartly? I would love to know from you. I don't dispose them. Honestly, I don't care. If somebody reads them, fine, read it, yaar. What can you do? Even if you find out my inner thoughts and things I tell myself, there are a couple of things that can be extremely controversial. And they are right there in this cupboard. But honestly, I don't care. Like, I don't really care so much about what people say and what people think about me. Even if somebody finds out, it's my life. I get to choose. Who are you to decide it for me? Fine, I wrote something and you found it. First of all, you shouldn't have read it. Now that you have the audacity of reading my diary, at least don't ask me. So, your answer is that I don't dispose them off. I am actually not too very careful, but neither am I very careless. I just hide them in my clothes somewhere and I'm done. If somebody reads it, read it. I don't really care because it's okay. These are things that I want for my life. I'm not bothering you, yaar. Why do you have to care? Right? And if they are your own people, they really love you, they won't judge you. They, at the most, they would try to help you. If they really love you, they won't judge you. Okay. Moving on. Next question is, by the way, Alina Didi, your story of getting married to a specific person was wonderful and lovely. Thank you. The best part I liked was you used visualization technique to marry that person. I did. Can we all know what made you fall in love with this person? He's a very different kind of a guy and he's a no-nonsense person. He doesn't have he's not materialistic at all. It's very simple, very, very simple. He really helps me in giving clarity to me. Sometimes I'm anxious because I'm inherently very anxious sometimes. I have anxiety issues and it's very normal for people these days. So he gives me clarity and he brings me down to ground. He tells me that, whatever you're worrying about, you are just unnecessarily bothering yourself. We already have enough. We don't want much. And, I know these things. It's just that when somebody says it, it just feels good. Apart from that, why I really like him is also because he has very beautiful eyes, really beautiful. Okay. And I love his eyes and the fact that he's very simple and he's very kind. He loves helping people. And that is something that I also love doing. And so we connect on a lot of things together. That is why I think, I don't know, you never really understand why you love somebody. That's how it is. Moving on to next thing. क्या ऐसा हो सकता है कि जो हम हर दिन सोचते हैं और सोचकर करते हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेरी मैथ्स वीक है तो मैं डरते डरते करती हूँ और मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आता है. लेकिन मैं माइंडसेट चेंज करके खुद को कॉन्फिडेंट पर्सन बना सकती हूँ. Yes, confidence is absolutely everything to do with your mind. If you say, I feel confident today, despite feeling nervous, if you just say that to yourself, you will feel a little shift in your level of confidence. Confidence is all in your belief system. If you feel you want to feel confident, you can. Of course, there's hard work that backs it. Back in the day when I was not very confident with my English, I would feel scared of speaking in English. But I would tell myself that, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या हो सकता है? Somebody would laugh at you. That is the max that can happen, right? Go ahead. Don't stop yourself from making mistakes because this is the only way to learn. So when you have clarity of thoughts and you have the courage to take up the challenge, nobody can actually stop you. My father's sister says this thing, and I really like that, like this thought. She says कि हम सब करोड़ों के हैं, and it's actually हम सच में करोड़ों के हैं. Have you seen how expensive kidneys and lungs तो शायद transplant भी नहीं होते, I'm not sure. Kidneys and heart and everything, all of this, how expensive these things are. They are worth millions, and what you don't realize is that you've got it for free. You've been blessed with healthy kidneys, healthy heart, healthy body parts, and if you put a price tag on everything, you are nothing less than millions. And that makes you special in a way, right? Because that just makes you realize that there's so much that you take for granted in life. So yes, confidence confidence is something that you can completely work on, and it won't even take you very long to build. It's just that consistency is needed, and consistency is the key. If you do not consistently work on improving your confidence, and you leave it somewhere in the mid, you'll have to start from zero again. So it's better that you start today, you take a decision, and you keep working on it. Okay. Next one. I want to understand what you would do with these diaries. Do you keep it or throw it once wish is fulfilled? No, I keep them. I like going back to them. I read them sometimes. Not very often, but once in months, whenever I'm cleaning my wardrobe and I come across one of those diaries, I read them. And they're always fun. Like, you wouldn't believe a couple of people I've written about, they're not even alive anymore. And I've thanked for them. I lost a very good friend of mine to COVID. He was only 34 years old, and he lost his life because of COVID. I have written about him in my diaries, and I've thanked God for him. And it's just nice to visit those diaries sometimes. No, I don't throw them away. I don't. It's because I'm not ashamed of it. What is there to be ashamed of? It's your diary, it's your thoughts, and nobody should read them. And if somebody has the audacity to do that, they shouldn't at least let you know that they read them. And even if they do, just face them with confidence. Just tell them that, okay, these are my thoughts. Are you judging me? What gave you the right to judge me? Do you not have thoughts that you don't want to share with the world? Why did you read my diary? Just ask these few questions and that person is going to be sorted. Moving on. All right. I want to know some things. Please answer if anyone knows. When should I manifest and how many times? So again, I told you, it's an ongoing process. You manifest 24/7, but you write sometimes. So find time to write, and mostly it should be gratitude and writing things that you want in your future in the present tense. I want a nice, I want a nice life partner. I thank God for it in present tense. Thank you, God, for the amazing person I'm married to. Okay, in present tense. So that is how you manifest. After written my specific goal, what should I do? When you've written your specific goal, the next thing to do is that stop every negative thought that you face in regard to that goal. So if you want something and there's something in your mind that keeps telling you that it's impossible for you, stop that thought right then. Because that thought is not helping. It's obstructing. So if it is causing an obstruction, what is the point of having that thought? It's pushing you away from your goal. Stop your negative thoughts, because you are what you believe. You are the person you want to believe you are. If you want to believe that you're a positive person, world will see you as a positive person. If you want to believe you're a negative person who hates everybody, world will see it in your actions and people will actually say that about you. She's a very negative person. All she does is complain about things. She hates everything and everybody. I want to be away from her. So you will see that reflection in others towards you. So it's in a way in your hands how you want people, your own people to perceive you. Because I will not say, I'm not going to sound very cool and say you shouldn't bother about what people say. Because if you're living in a society, you will bother about what some people are saying sometimes, right? Like I am usually very indifferent to what a lot of people would say, but I'm very careful about what my own family is saying about me. It affects me and they know it. They know Baji बहुत sensitive hai. That is something that I've heard about myself so many times. My father, my mom, my sisters, everybody has the same opinion of me कि Baji बहुत sensitive hai. They call me Baji. She's very sensitive. That's what everybody says. And I think sensitive people are good people. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I accept I'm very sensitive, and that is probably the reason that I don't get along with a lot of people, because I feel scared of getting close to people. There's something in me that tells me that you're going to get hurt, so be away. I know. I don't know why I'm sharing all these things with you. It's so private. But again, as I told you, that it doesn't really matter. I'm not ashamed of my thoughts and I'm not ashamed of my feelings. Jo hai so hai, aur kya? Okay, next. How should I start manifesting? Like, what should I talk about before? You don't have to talk about it to anybody. All you have to do is start believing that something is possible for you. That this is possible for you, you can get it. And then every time a next negative thought about the topic approaches you, you stop that thought. And what you can do is you can have a diary in your bag and write something nice about it. Something that gives you hope, right? Hope is a big thing. I really do believe it. Do we have to write the diary every day? It is better if you do, but you don't have to write it every day. No. Diary is just to make you feel good, yeah? Nobody is checking. There are no angels who are watching what you're writing in your diary and if you've marked your present ma'am every day. No, you don't have to do that. That diary is just your good, happy place. Diary is your happy place. That when I see that diary, I smile because I have all my desires in that one place. So understand the approach. Approach is important. More than the activity. More than the activity of doing it, that feeling that there is this one place that has all your secret desires intact. That feeling is important. You get it, right? Okay. Just one question. Do we have to feel it's already happening or will happen? Yes, you have to believe that it is possible. I think because it will happen is why you are starting to manifest it, right? Because if you will not believe it, that it cannot happen for you, why would you manifest if you've already made your decision? So don't decide beforehand. Don't decide, okay? You want something, you tell the universe that you want it, and then let the universe deliver it to you. Don't decide that, हाँ मैंने बोल तो दिया but मुझे पता है होगा नहीं. नहीं, nothing is gonna work for you then. Okay? Let the universe deliver. Can we use this method of manifestation for more than one wish? Yeah, of course. But most of the times what I feel is that there is mostly one thing that you want the most in your life at a point. That is what happens with me. There's usually just one thing that I want the most desperately. And rest of the things I might want, but they are not that important to me at that moment. So yes, you can definitely ask for more than one things. So yes, you can definitely ask for more than one thing. So yeah, there's no rule as to 1, 2, 3. No, as many as you want. But I'm sure that when I'm saying this to you, you already know which dream I'm talking about. You already have that dream in your head that this is the thing that I want the most. Start with that. Till your husband accepted your proposal, were you in touch with him? Call, message. Please reply if he stopped talking and if we do manifestation also works. My husband was my closest friend even before we were married. We were always talking. We were always in touch. Yes, I was the person who asked him to marry him also because my parents were deeply into me getting married. There was a lot of pressure, lot of it. So yes, everybody was desperate for me to get married, and that is why I had to say it, because I could not have kept waiting. Thank you very much. This was the video, guys. I really hope you learned something today. And so I poured my heart out to you. I really believe this works, and I hope it works for you too. But again, believing is very important, and keeping yourself overall, maintaining a positive aura around you is extremely important if you want this to work for you. My audio might feel a little different. Actually, my mic stopped working. So anyway, thank you very much. I'm gonna hit a snooze on this, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Have a blast, guys. I love seeing your comments. It feels like I have become somewhere a small part of your life, and it makes me so happy. So happy, can't tell you. I actually feel that we've we've become friends now, and you share so much and you give me so much love. I don't understand what have I done to deserve all this, but I'm very honored for all your comments and everything that you say to me in your messages. I read a lot of them. Please say something nice to me, and just tell me if this video touched your heart. One thing that I truly want you to do with the help of this video is to tell in the comments what is that one thing that you want to manifest in 2025, and what is your plan? How do you want to do it? Okay? I wanted to share it because we as a community can help each other. When we feel that others too are feeling the same way, the way we feel on a daily basis, we feel our lives are just a little lighter and it feels a little relaxed. So let's help each other and stick with each other. I'll see you in my next video. Please take care of yourself. Bye bye.